Today I have two wicked cocktails and one really big announcement, so stick around to the very end. Hello folks, Rob Dreemeyer here. Welcome to Broadway Barfly. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can join me here every time I post a new video. This show and cocktail pairing has been on my to-do list for a long time. I've just never gotten around to making the video. But because of the recent release of the film Wicked, and because my big news is also Oz-related, I figured now's the time. The film Wicked is an adaptation of the Broadway musical Wicked, which is based on the novel Wicked written by Gregory Maguire. And that novel is sort of a prequel to L. Frank Baum's book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And most of us are familiar with that story from the very famous 1939 MGM film, The Wizard of Oz. Maguire wrote his book with the intention of exploring the nature of evil or wickedness. And he does that by creating a backstory for the Wicked Witch of the West, who he names Elphaba. He chose the name Elphaba to honor L. Frank Baum. Elphaba, L. Frank Baum, get it? In Wicked, Elphaba is an outcast because of her green skin. She attends Shiz University, where she is roommates with Galinda, who eventually becomes Glinda and known as the Good Witch. Elphaba has extraordinary abilities, which gets her an invitation to meet the wizard. And when she meets the wizard, that's where the lines between good and evil start to blur. I'm trying two cocktails today, the White Lady and the Green Lady, honoring Glinda and Elphaba respectively, and they're also sort of a nod to the original Broadway artwork. The White Lady is a very old classic cocktail, while the Green Lady is a modern cocktail inspired by it. The White Lady was created back in 1919 by Harry McElhone, and his original creation was a combination of creme de menthe, triple sec, and lemon juice, which I'm guessing tasted something like toothpaste and orange juice. Well, 10 years later, he reimagined his cocktail using gin, triple sec, lemon juice, and added an egg white. In 1930, the other famous bartender named Harry Craddock included the White Lady in his 1930 Savoy cocktail book, which is why he is often and incorrectly credited with creating it. Now, there's no one particular Green Lady cocktail. In fact, there are many cocktails that share the name Green Lady, and there are just as many that use the name Verdant Lady, though they all have similarities. They often use green chartreuse, and sometimes they incorporate fresh mint. The version of the Green Lady I've chosen for this video was published in the Washington Post back in 2011, where it was credited to their spirits columnist, Jason Wilson. I chose this version because it's clearly a derivative of the White Lady. It's made with gin and uses the egg white, but it substitutes the Cointreau for green chartreuse and swaps out the lemon juice for lime juice. Neither of these cocktails specify which type of gin to use, so I've chosen a gin that's light on the juniper. I think that's probably the right way to go with these. And for the egg white, I'm not using a whole egg white, but rather about a tablespoon or so of egg white for each cocktail. I find that if you use too much egg white in these sort of things, it mucks up the texture when all you really want is just a little bit of that frothy foam. Also, there are versions of both of these cocktails that add simple syrup to the mix, but I find that Cointreau and Chartreuse are pretty sweet as they are, so I'm going to make these cocktails as they're published and taste them as they were intended and see how they come out. All right, let's go ahead and shake them up. have our white lady and our green lady. Now right off the bat, you can hardly see any difference in the color. I'm going to start with the white lady. Well, it is tart. I can see why people would want to sweeten it up. Though I think I would probably play with the ratio of the Cointreau to the lemon juice before I just started adding simple syrup. It's kind of like a Chelsea sidecar. Actually, it kind of is a Chelsea sidecar, but for the egg white. No, not my favorite thing ever, but not bad. Now let's give the green lady a try. Well, the Chartreuse definitely comes through. It was three quarters of an ounce to an ounce and a half of the gin. It's sweeter. It also has a really nice fragrance to it. It's you know, it's kind of like the last word again, but for the egg white. Though I think the last word has maybe maraschino liqueur in it. Yeah, it's fine. You know what? White lady, green lady, good, evil, I don't know, but I've finally given them both a try. So cheers to that. Okay, so now for the big Oz-related announcement. If you follow me on social media, you may already know this, but in the past year, I've been returning to my musical roots, and I've recently been offered the role of Professor Marvel, aka the Wizard, in The Wizard of Oz on Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas. Now, the Icon of the Seas is Royal Caribbean's flagship, and it's also the world's largest cruise ship. And their production of The Wizard of Oz is the primary production on their main stage, which is the 1,400-seat Royal Theater. Their production of The Wizard of Oz is this big Broadway-sized spectacle with amazing special effects and, of course, features all of the wonderful music from the film. And I could not be more excited to become a part of this production. I plan to continue creating content while I'm away, though the videos are probably going to have to take a little bit of a different form. I'm envisioning possibly a travelogue focusing on the ports of call, maybe a little bit of my life at sea and some backstage babble mixed in. I'm not really sure yet, but rest assured there will be plenty of cocktails, though I'll probably be drinking them more than making them. Regardless of whatever form the new content takes, I sincerely hope you will continue to follow along and come with me on this new and really exciting adventure. So until the next time, bon voyage. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends? Feel free to leave your comments and click that subscribe button because there's a lot more Broadway Barfly to come.